Hello, and this will be a very quick video of the portafilter sizing of the new Baratza Sette grinder. I know that I was very curious to see how that is going to be controlled and whether it's going to be flexible enough to accommodate different size of portafilters. So I'll do a quick experiment to show you how that works. But let's start from the bottom. This is the tray here that comes with the unit. It is plastic and it fits inside. What I immediately noticed is this would benefit immensely if they had built in a little bit of magnetic functionality here where it slips right in, and that would have been a real nice touch. But it fits in. It does the job. It's just plain old plastic. And let's get to the actual portafilter tray and holder up above. On the unit that I have, the two arms are somewhat horizontal, but they are not 100% well aligned. One seems to be a tad lower than the other. That doesn't truly bother me. However, a little bit of thought into that would be nice. So I'm happy with what I see. As you probably know, you can push those and adjust into different sizes to accommodate a portafilter or possibly some other type of container underneath, depending on the way you use your grinder. So this is the widest setting that I have right here. This is as wide as it's going to get. And if you could take a look at this not so kitchen friendly tape measure, well, these are the sizes, the size that I am seeing there. And that's about what you get with it. This is the widest setting. All the way down to the bottom, and this is the narrow setting, probably as narrow as it would get. If you could take a look at that. And it also depends on the way you hold your portafilter underneath. Different users will have a slightly different technique of how far down they would like their portafilter to be, etc. One of the factors that determines that is the speed of the grind, and as you probably know, this is a very fast grinding machine because of the approach and technology being used. So it's coming down pretty fast. What that probably means is, unless you want to have a spillage there on the side, you need to hold your portafilter pretty close, and you need to be in good control of that flow that's coming out of the grinder. So let's measure this one real quick. This setting on my non-scientific measure here will give you a little bit of a understanding of where and how a portafilter would potentially fit in the picture. So let's try something else then. This is a standard portafilter that I use on an Expo bar machine. I believe the Rancilio would use the exact same size and probably the exact same depth. As you probably know, other than the size, how shallow and the depth of the portafilter varies from one machine to another quite a bit. So possibly the same 58 millimeter portafilter may or may not fit all 58 millimeter machines. But anyway, back to our little experiment here. In my narrow setting, it will sit underneath the grinder, something like that. So that's basically how far down it is, and it's a nice decent fit. And that is as narrow as you could probably get. This is a cut or naked portafilter of course, on the bottom, and that will also determine of how the way it sits and the way you attach it to the holder here. But that's probably what I would be using here. Now, if you widen it up a little bit, you could have a setting where it will fit in this possible manner. That's also a possibility. Now, keep in mind that as you do that, you are now a little further down, and those the ground beans have a little bit to travel down, and at the speed at which this grinder produces them, you will have some that will fly off to the side. So just be aware that this distance, although usable and possible, and maybe the most comfortable setting for many, actually at this distance, this fast grinder will start. You will start losing some beans to the side, and you'll have some cleanup to do. Just be prepared, not that there's a problem with that. Now, at the widest setting, basically this is not a portafilter setting. This is a setting for some type of container that you would have down here. And to continue with my example, this is a container that comes with the machine. Obviously, it is not a storage container. It's a container that's meant to immediately to grind and immediately dispose of that coffee. Either go ahead and use it, or if you are going to store it, you really have to use a different type of container. Just for comparison, this is a container that comes with another one of my grinders that I have here. This one is from Breville Pro, and this container is actually also made as a storage container. The top would not fit here, but this is just an example of a different container which will store anything you throw at it, basically. So back to our grinder. These are the two extreme settings of these two arms. They are a little shaky, so I would recommend against changing that setting constantly. Just find a comfortable setting for them and keep it there. Also keep in mind that the portafilter, in order to be directly underneath the grinder, would need to be somewhere here. Do not push it too far in, and that will not be good news. You will be way off. As you probably know, if you are using a grinder where you used to push the portafilter in and trigger a button to start grinding, you have to forget that approach. It's not going to work here, and you will you will lose a lot of coffee. Basically, you have to keep it right here in order to be centered correctly. You push it a little further down and you'll be losing coffee. So that's just another thing just a little thing to get used to. I don't know. I think this could have been done a little better to accommodate a better fit of a portafilter. But then, of course, we with the variety of portafilters and things you can put underneath the grinder, it will be very difficult to have that to fit everyone's needs. These are just my particular needs and experiences, and yours may be completely different. So I understand that there's no way to make everyone happy. One more time, these are the settings of the two arms and the portafilter holder. Looking up into the grinder unit itself. I do not have a whole lot of experience yet with the grinder settings. Obviously, that will require a little bit of experimentation to find the right settings for the particular style of coffee beans that you use, and I will work on that next. And that's just a little more work to do to get the right settings. I have no doubt that once I find these right settings, the coffee that will come out of here will produce a real fine espresso. But I'm happy with it. I'm working on it. As you probably know, It is a little louder than at least what I'm used to. The couple of different grinders that I've used before, this one seems to be a little louder, and that it takes some getting used to. Not a big deal. I'm happy with that. And if I get a chance to experiment a little bit with the different types of beans that I use, then I will share that as well. So thank you for watching. This is the Baratza Sette, and it's just one of those new grinders that is a little different, a little bit of a departure from what we know for the average consumer and pro-consumer grinders. Thank you for watching, and check again. Maybe I will share a couple of more videos as I start using this unit more and more. Thank you.